Yeah, what's going on, guys? Seth Spartan here, nutrition, training, and hormone expert. Boom. For Prometheus HRT Testosterone and Hormone Replacement Clinic. Guys, today we're going to be talking about exactly what in the world I am doing hormone-wise. I keep getting asked this question every couple weeks. I assume it's from new subscribers or people coming in from TikTok or what have you. So I'm going to answer, guys, what exactly we are doing with hormones. Drugs, all right, what I'm doing here. And for this series, okay? So we are in right now the final series. The breaking point, succeed or die, super male. This is it, guys. I'm getting to the absolute peak of my genetics of humanity. And the goal is is really not competing against anyone else. The goal is for me to get to my absolute peak. Thought I might lose my camera there for a second, a little windy. But how are we going to accomplish this? Well, I already told you guys, unprocessed meat only diet. I'm only eating unprocessed meat until I succeed or die, okay? And I've stuck to that. You guys already know that for nutrition. Makes things pretty easy, right? And you guys already know also that we're doing AMF training, my signature style, absolute muscular failure. I'm basically going to the gym and I'm training whatever needs to be trained that day, whatever I want, going by feel. The same thing with SID, okay? If you follow in my book, Super Male, and I'm going to get to hormones in a second, okay? So don't freak out. But if you follow my book, Super Male, I have a very specific split, okay? And that split is probably the best split. But the problem with splits, workout splits, is that there's splits and routines. The human body changes. Sometimes you're more sore, less sore. The thing is that the same with nutrition and everything else. The body is not just a steady state machine, okay? So that split is the best. But if you're super advanced and you know your body, and I talk about this a little bit in my book, is that so one day you might come in and you say, I'm just squatting today, or another day you come in, you just pound flat bench, or you need to know when to focus and hone in on things. And I talk about this in my book. You don't always have to stay to a rigid split. But you really need to have advanced training knowledge to do that. And that's not a criticism of anyone. It's just saying that because it took me like 10 years before I was really in tune with my body and I know when to train certain things. Okay, so kaboom. Let's talk about why you guys are here today. Let's talk about hormones. All right, hormones, drugs. All right, so what I'm doing is this. I currently, Seth Spartan, right now am taking for testosterone replacement from the pharmacy, testosterone cypionate. I'm doing about 240 milligrams per week. Okay, I came down slightly. So I'm about 245 milligrams per week. My body weight's about 220 right now on the dot. So as my body weight comes down, dosages will have to come down because I want to stay between 1,000 and 1,500. I've already explained a gazillion times over why that range is the peak for replacement. Anything above 1,500 can no longer really be considered replacement. And I've already stated why a gazillion times. Maybe I have to every single video because people don't understand where I get this range from. Okay, I have looked at how many different testosterone tests and blood work. I work for a clinic. I can't tell you how much blood work. I have seen multiple people, 1,400, 1,400, but 300, 400, top of 400. I've never seen somebody naturally healthy go over 1,500, okay? I've seen, 1,000, the range. I've seen all in the range. I've never seen somebody healthy, good genetics, go over 1,500. So that's where I draw the line, not some stupid line. And guys, for reference, if you are a healthy 18-year-old with good genetics, you should be hitting 1,200, period. If you're eating correctly, sleeping, training, you should be hitting 1,200. So if you're 18, so if you're going replacement, you should replace back to 18. It doesn't make sense to replace less than that. If you don't want that much drive or whatever else, go lower. But like I said, the range 1,000 to 1,500 is where you want to be if you need to be at your peak. Okay. Having said that, and I guess I have to explain that every video, because otherwise I have people commenting, 1,000, 1,200. That's way too much for testosterone replacement, bruh. Ignore the range. If you're 18 years old with good genetics, eating the way you should, not a bunch of sugar and garbage. Let's say you're eating egg, steak, and unprocessed food, you should be at 1,200. Okay, this is where this comes from. So okay, forgetting that. What am I doing? I'm doing 240 to 245 milligrams of testosterone cypionate per week right now, because as my weight drops, guess what? The dosages unfortunately have to drop, because otherwise I'm going to go over 1,500. I'm going to hit that peak where it's no longer replacement but steroids, based on what I see in the real world, okay? And there's many doctors which will also confirm what I'm saying. And then there's many badly trained doctors that have no idea what they're talking about, and they say, oh, we can do testosterone replacement with 600, a total testosterone level of 600 nanograms per deciliter. Bruh, that's replacement, but that's bad replacement. Okay, that's again replacement. Forget it. I'm done with that. So that's what I'm doing for testosterone. What I'm doing for HGH, human growth hormone replacement, is I'm not using synthetic HGH. First off, it's way too expensive, and secondly, I have a good working pituitary. My natural HGH level, and again, you have to measure this in IGF-1, nanograms per milliliter here in the States is what we measure by. My natural level is about 230, 240 IGF-1, okay, serum. That's not bad. That's not super good, okay, but it shows I have a working pituitary gland. So where this leaves me, guys, is I'm going to use peptides, because why use synthetic? That would pretty much be stupid. Not just money wise, but also just why would I shut down my own production? So what I currently do is I do CJC 1295 DAC, anywhere from 200 to 200 up to 400. Maybe I add a little IPAM every once in a while, okay? It makes me, as long as I keep it below 150 or less, I'm not crazy hungry. Because if it makes you ravenous and you want to eat, don't use it, okay? Because it's hard to stick to your diet. So CJC 1295 DAC, 200 to 400 per day is what keeps me at my best. Again, we want to be 300 or over. If you're an 18-year-old male, good genetics, you should be 300 or over, okay? So that's where I get that number from again. So CJC 1295 DAC, IPAM, IPAM's probably 100, 150 a day. CJC 200 to 400 a day tops. Sometimes I'll use Samorelin. Samorelin's great. I like using Samorelin as a pre-workout. It gets me crazy hyped. I can bring my syringe to the gym, take my HGH replacement, Samorelin, maybe like a 300 microgram shot. I'll take that in the locker room, and then I'll go smash my workout. Again, completely legal. It's from the pharmacy with the prescription. So, really the bottom line is this, guys, you want to be around 300. Okay, 300. I wouldn't go in that range. I would say 300 to 350. Even though 18-year-olds can go up to 400 naturally, I just don't think that's necessary. And you have to kind of push your pituitary pretty hard to get to 400. So I personally, Seth Spartan, you can measure your HGH level. You want to be about 300, okay? Seth Spartan, stay safe, stay healthy. That's my hormone dosages, and we'll leave it at that. We're out of here. Kaboom.